So, what can I tell you about the royals? Nothing, because I don't know anything about them. Besides that, a guy called Ed Chiarini claims that he's been traveling around with that one, known to us as Princess Victoria. But the thing is, he says that they glued a chin onto her when she's playing the role of a royal. And as well, he says that the Queen Mom is played by Lucy Ball. She's in here somewhere. So I'm not sure about that because I cannot go and touch those people and find out. So this is about one of the YouTube claims about the royals that is most believable. But the one that Greg Hallett puts forth, where he says that there are flat royals, which means lying royals, and not here to the throne and stuff, is a bit more out there, because he's like, he wrote books, The Hidden King of England, and he claimed that Princess Diana with King Carlos of Spain gave birth to William, so William can't be successing, right? And then the other thing is with a horse jockey trainer guy, he says she has been giving birth to Harry. And then he says he himself is the legitimate heir to the throne, and he's been calling out the Queen, which has put forth a black wand against him. Lots of things. Some of the things seem to be true because he puts like Winston Churchill in the line of Lady Diana. And when I check out Miles Matty's work on certain people in the Hollywood film industry, you can see they're all related, or the ones that are related you can find out. So then this Winston Churchill being related to Diana, okay, so it would be Miles Mattis and Ed Chiarini. And if you want to lose some time of your life and be misled, it's also Greg Hallett from Australia, New Zealand, that I would recommend. And if you want to lose all mind and lifetime, then you can go check out the Transvestigations, because they would claim that he is a woman and she's a man and stuff like that. So as you see, even in this video, I spent like about 4 minutes by now on the very first page on the royals. So that's how they make us lose our lifetime, right? So when opening this one, here it is about a famous singer. That is a heartwarming story, telling the story of the child still living in her vicinity, meaning in the same house. But then we have a story that takes away the masculinity of this TV presenter, telling us that he's got the angst, that he's suffering from panic attacks. Unbelievable. But everyone needs to take some downfall. We have seen that with a lot of celebrities. So in this magazine that I only bought because I was at the store buying stuff to eat, food, And then I was standing beside the news shelf, the magazines, and I asked a woman which one of those magazines she uses to buy, because I was telling her In Touch about the jungle camp and the bachelor, and she says she never watches these shows on television. So she said that she takes home this new post, and I found out by going through it there is a lot talk about how people made it through the years, how ill they are, and as well how they suffer. Someone has died as well, and some illness talk, like a health corner they have in here as well. So that's the difference from this bestseller to In Touch, basically, but otherwise it's gossip as well. So here you have our famous detective story that now also has a black lady, what for, in it, solving the crimes. And then I have to say that even in here you have a lot of fake smiles, like this smile where you can see the lower row of the teeth. Is fake. So he's been waiting for the cameraman to shoot the picture. But here you have some genuine smiles as well. So of course he is kind of astonished, but looks kind of friendly. And she's smiling. True. No fake smile here. I have a fake smile detector. So when I see these kind of smiles where people just smile all over the face, but you can see the lower row of the teeth, I go, do you want to bite me? Is this showing me a smile or your capacity to bite? Well, it's rather the latter. So then about the royals. So Ed Quirini says that so-called actors, which is legally a slave according to Black's dictionary, are playing the royals, the politicians, like Christina Applegate is playing an Australian minister, and Navratilova is playing Lagarde, the finance union leader from the United Nations. What is he called? These two I'm not believing. And also her being Lucy Ball from that famous acting family. I'm not really sure. He says check the spouse. So you can go and do that yourselves. He's called Dallas Goldbach on the web. So he's got the website, and then also on Pinterest. It's the easiest way to check out his many pictures that he assembled, like on Kennedy, Hitler, Elvis, the Beatles, lots of people. Yeah. So some bad news in here again, like even the royals don't really have just happy times. And here, because of sex being a seller, they go saying that she has had a lot of offers by the Playboy to be in their magazine, and she always kind of turned it down. Are you sure? So now the elderly go, what's the Playboy? And they check it out, so they're hooked on it then too. So that mother fell asleep, meaning she died. So you really have these elderly topics in here, like people that died. Thank you. Yeah, well, people do die. But do you need to put focus onto that? And then there is some exhibition in Japan with old pictures about the royal rulers, and that's why they have a page upon the Japanese people in here. Usually you don't find the Japanese or the Nepalese or whatever people in here. It's just the British royals. I can tell because my mother has been reading these kind of newspapers all her life. So because of Women's Day, they asked people, and it's true, the salary still isn't the same for men and women. Well, men and women are different. In my opinion, they should have the same salary because they're both spending the same amount of lifetime on their jobs if they have the same job. But the thing is, of course, they are not equal. The women, they get children if they do, and they have their periods, so they just are different, but also their approach to their jobs is different. So you can get out different job morality from women than from men. So the same salary should be a rule, but not because they are the same, because they spend the same amount of time on their jobs. Men might be hungover on a Monday, women might have pain because of their periods, but usually women don't go missing out on the job then, not going. So give the same salary. Okay, there you see, it's often about getting old, not living anymore, or living despite of illnesses. And this singer is even working in an elderly home, which I believe is maybe just 2%, just to make it better sellable, her singing. I'm really not believing that. So also here again, it's Ed Chiarini saying that chin has been glued on. And he's been on travel with this woman, he says, which was some kind of a investigator, and then he taped her while she was talking to some other one in a car about him. So he really, yeah. But if you ask me, they got the same lips, the same noses almost, like the lower part, and the same eyes. These are siblings. So Ed Chiarini says they are actors acting the part of royals, and he might be misleading as well. It might be all different. But even here, it's about the kidneys not working properly, so some bad news again that make us feel, yeah, not really better. And here too, it's all talk that some old person would love to listen to. I'm dancing for my dead mother. This is not what you should do to make profit from someone who's not able to react to your doings anymore because they have died. But the elderly, they love this kind of talk because usually their children aren't around, they won't visit them. Yeah. So in this magazine there is a lot of health articles, and I have actually numbered them. I forgot that one, so that one might be number O. Here it's some royal stuff again, but they look pretty normal. They don't look royal, and they have normal problems like someone died and who's gonna get the money, and again someone died, who's gonna do what now? And he's like giving her flowers. That's what the elderly love.